All right, good morning, everybody, and welcome to the January 9th, 2024 Town Board meeting. Madam Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Supervisor Clayton.
Here.
Councilman Carini.
Here.
Councilman Dunn.
Here.
Deputy Supervisor Gooseby. Here. Councilwoman Miller.
Here.
Councilman Muscarella.
Here.
Councilwoman Ryder.
Here.
Receiver of Taxes Driscoll.
Madam Clerk, would you please lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Madam Clerk, would you please call the first public hearing?
Yes, we have a proposed local law regarding regulations and restrictions to limit parking in Levittown, Oceanside, and Uniondale.
Any member of the board wish to be heard? I do not have any slips of the public. Anybody wish to be heard that did not sign in? If not, may I please have a motion?
Make a motion that we close the hearing, approve the item.
Second the motion?
Supervisor Clavin.
Aye.
Councilman Carini.
Aye.
Councilman Dunn.
Aye.
Deputy Supervisor Gooseby.
Aye.
Councilwoman Miller.
Aye.
Councilman Muscarella.
Aye.
Councilwoman Ryder.
Aye.
Madam Clerk, please call the next item.
We have a proposed local law regarding parking or standing prohibitions in East Meadow, Oceanside, Wantagh, and West Hempstead.
Any member of the board wish to be heard? Okay, I don't have any slips. Anybody wish to be heard that did not sign in? If not, may I please have a motion?
I move that the public hearing be closed and the board approve the item.
Second.
Supervisor Clavin.
Aye.
Councilman Carini.
Aye.
Councilman Dunn.
Aye.
Deputy Supervisor Gooseby.
Aye.
Councilwoman Miller.
Aye.
Councilman Muscarella.
Aye.
Councilwoman Ryder.
Aye.
Madam Clerk, please call the next item.
We have a proposed local law regarding arterial stops in North Belmore, Wantagh, and West Hempstead.
Any member of the board wish to be heard? All right. Anybody wish to be heard did not sign in? If not, may I please have a motion?
Okay, I make a motion that the board close the hearing and we approve the item.
Second.
Supervisor Clavin.
Aye.
Councilman Carini.
Aye.
Councilman Dunn.
Aye.
Deputy Supervisor Gooseby.
Aye.
Councilwoman Miller.
Aye.
Councilman Muscarella.
Aye.
Councilwoman Ryder.
Aye.
Madam Clerk, please call the next item.
We have the proposed handicap parking on public streets in Elmont, Franklin Square, Valley Street, near Valley Stream, and West Hempstead.
All right. Any member of the board wish to be heard? I do not have any slips. Anybody wish to be heard did not sign in? If not, may I please have a motion?
I move the public hearing be closed and the board adopt the item.
Second.
Supervisor Clavin.
Aye.
Councilman Carini.
Aye.
Councilman Dunn.
Aye.
Deputy Supervisor Gooseby.
Aye.
Councilwoman Miller.
Aye.
Councilman Muscarella.
Aye.
Councilwoman Ryder.
Aye.
All right. Madam Clerk, please call the administrative calendar.
On the administrative calendar, we have items 5 through 53.
Okay. All right. Does any member of the board wish to be heard on the administrative calendar? All right. I have a slip. Chris Jacobs?
I haven't moved it.
Oh, I'm sorry. Does... Okay.
I moved the administrative calendar of 5 through 55.
Second.
Okay. All right. Mr. Jacobs, if you'd like to be heard. Name and address. Happy New Year.
Yes. Happy New Year to you too. Chris Jacobs, Uniondale, New York. On item number 24, I wanted to know, was all the monies allocated for the item for 24, is that written in stone or that could be amended for the water department?
Okay. Commissioner Reinhardt. Good morning, Commissioner. If you give your name and identify yourself.
Good morning, Supervisor, members of the Town Board. John Reinhardt, Commissioner, Department of Water. Item 24 is a resolution authorizing the Commissioner of the Department of Water as the responsible party for executing documents with New York State Environmental Facilities Corp. For a grant that we were awarded back in December. Anytime you get a grant, they have to designate a person who is the official signer of all documents.
Okay. So my question for you, Commissioner, is all the monies allocated towards the East Meadow Water District written in stone or that could be amended at your discretion?
No, the grants are specific to a specific project.
Okay, because
there's an engineering report that says exactly what's being done, and the state judges it by the credentials of the job.
Okay, would any of this have anything to do with the water tower replacement for the Turtle Hook? I have pictures showing it's completely rusted through.
No, this is regarding emerging contaminants at well 10 in East Meadow.
Okay, yes, because in regards to that, I have, it's my opinion that the structure, the Turtle Hook water tower, is completely unfixable. You can't just paint this over. This is completely rusted through. I actually was talking to somebody yesterday. I was over in the area, and one of my friends that lives over there actually said it's starting to leak now. So, I know that you said you're going to get it, painted over in 2025, but I don't think this is repairable. It's completely rusted through. It hasn't been done in many decades. So it's my opinion that it should be replaced like the one in West Hempstead was.
Okay. Well, it's been 24 years since it was painted. It's been inspected recently. We're doing some interim work on the inside of it this spring. And next winter, as we said, the entire structure will be done.
Okay, and upon your inspections, if you do see that it's basically unrepairable, would that be put in writing that you probably would need replacing?
That would be something of professional engineers that we hire to do that work. They're tank inspectors. That's their job.
Okay, and they'll be doing that this spring, right?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Mr. Jacobs. Next, I have James Jacob. Jay might want to hang out. Morning, Mr. Jacobs. Happy New Year. If you give me your name and address for the record.
Morning, Supervisor. Happy New Year to you and the council people. And Deputy Supervisor Gooseby also. Happy New Year, both of you. And thank you for attending our meeting yesterday. Appreciate it. Item number 5, 1825, I'd like to point of clarification. On item number 5, what's the location of that said property in Uniondale?
Commissioner, if you identify yourself, that'd be great.
Fred Jowitz, Commissioner, Department of Buildings. Good morning, Supervisor, Deputy Supervisor, board members, and Happy New Year to everybody. That address is in Uniondale, 273 Warren Street in Uniondale. That was boarded up just for information purposes. There is a new owner, and that owner has submitted an application to renovate and rehabilitate the house.
All right, thank you for the clarification, Commissioner. Appreciate it. On item number 18, administrative calendar, where is the location of well number 10 in East Meadow District? Because I know there's been a thing about my son just spoke about the different water towers and what district they're located in relation to Uniondale and South. So I would like the location of well number 10, please.
Good morning, Supervisor, members of the Town Board, Commissioner Reinhardt, Department of Water. Well 10 is located on Cypress Avenue. It's just west of the Wantor Parkway. It's on the far end of the district.
Okay, and then we have the new treatment for 1,4-dioxane and other contaminants, right?
Correct.
Now, my point of clarification, we asked the question because the cell tower that's located to the high school, they have the radio repeater things on top of it, and I figured they can put that there, but yet they don't seem to be able to fix that tower that has rust and everything else going on. To me, it's very compromised. And being that 1,4-dioxane is a major contaminant to all the well system, freshwater aqua well system we have, I wonder when they're going to get Uniondale on that list to be taken care of, first water treatment.
As we've discussed in the past, the Uniondale wells on Oak Street are the only 3 wells that have high levels of 1,4-dioxane, and treatment is going in on those sites right now.
All right, and thank you. I appreciate putting point of clarification. And on item 24, I just need, when it says about executive executing all contractual, is that part of the thing for the new environmental study that's supposed to be coming up next week? And my question is that, what is this clarification of the contract? Does that cover all like environmental impact studies or just general contracts for the Department of Water doing their business? Would that include the secret report that has to be submitted?
Number 24.
Your questions regarding item 24?
Yes, that is correct, sir.
That's just for a grant for treatment at a well in East Meadow.
Just East Meadow only? No other
No,
hamlets,
it's
anything?
specifically for well 10 in East Meadow. Each grant is specific to a site.
Okay. Thank you for the clarification.
Thanks, Mr. Jacobs. All right. Anybody else wish to hear the administrative calendar didn't sign in? Okay, if you would go to the back and give your name and address, and a Happy New Year.
Pearl Jacobs, Uniondale. Just to piggyback off of the previous 2 conversations, my question is, why 24 years to paint a water tower? Previous conversation with Mr. Reinhardt, he stated that on average, these water towers are refurbished or repainted every 15 years. And this particular water tower in Uniondale at the Turtle Hook School site. It has not been 24 years. It has been longer than 24 years.
Is that on the administrative calendar?
Yes, I'm talking about water.
No. We're doing the administrative calendar right
Yeah,
now.
well,
Do you have a question in particular about on one of the items on the administrative calendar?
Item 18, whatever it is.
What's the question on that item?
My question is,
Okay.
and it's pertaining to the water tower, it's pertaining to the water district.
No.
My question is, why 24 years?
No, Ms. Jacobs, you've been coming to the meetings for a really long time.
It's-
Do you have a
it's been
specific question on this one?
My specific question is, we have East Meadow Water Tower being redone, okay? And this water tower in Uniondale is actually now leaking.
Jay, is item number 24 the water tower in Uniondale she's referring to, or is this a different water tower?
18, whatever
No,
it is.
it's not a
What
water
is
tower.
it?
Okay, so the water tower on item number 24,
It's not a water tower.
what is it? So,
It's treatment at a well site.
okay, all right. So, do you have a question regarding that one, or is
I would like my question answered.
you're Ms. Jacobs? You don't have a question regarding the
Well,
administrative
okay,
calendar?
So I'm just going to make a statement since you won't answer my question, okay? So
That's not the scenario at all.
It's been well over 24 years that it's been like 30 years that this water tower has not been addressed. It is rusted, it's corrosive, it is leaking. This is environmental racism. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Jacobs. Is there anybody else who wishes to hear on the administrative calendar? If not, may I please have a motion? Dorothy? That's all.
Are we finished?
Yeah. You move the.
I move the administrative calendar in its entirety.
Supervisor Clavin.
Aye.
Councilman Carini.
Aye.
Councilman Dunn.
Aye.
Deputy Supervisor Gooseby.
Aye.
Councilwoman Miller.
Aye.
Councilman Muscarella.
Aye.
Councilwoman Ryder.
Aye.
Okay, can I have a motion to adjourn?
I make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Supervisor Clavin.
Aye.
Councilman Carini.
Aye.
Councilman Dunn.
Aye.
Deputy Supervisor Gooseby.
Aye.
Councilwoman Miller.
Aye.
Councilman Muscarella.
Aye.
Councilwoman Ryder.
Aye.
Okay, now that the formal town board meeting has been adjourned, the town will remain to listen to the comments of residents. We have a number of signed in. We'll start with Marianne Baldino, and if I pronounce your name incorrectly, I apologize. Good morning, Happy New Year. If you give your name and address for the record.
Sure. Good morning. Happy New Year to you. My name is Mariana Baldino. You did pronounce it correctly. From Kent Road in Island Park.
All right.
I just have a couple of quick questions regarding what's going to happen down at the beaches this summer. It was announced in last month's Nassau-Remsco meeting that the town of Hempstead relinquished its basic life support and advanced life support agency codes to the state, so they are no longer an EMS agency. In the past, we've always had EMTs on the beach. What are we going to be doing this summer?
Justine Anderson, are you here? Frank, if you want to address it.
Good morning, Supervisor, members of the board. Frank Zangler, Parks and Recreation. Ma'am, I'm sorry, can you repeat your question?
I was referring to the fact that the town of Hempstead has relinquished its basic life support and its advanced life support EMS agency codes. With that said, you can no longer have EMTs because you're no longer an EMS agency. So what are we going to do in the summer to protect the patrons of the beaches?
Okay, since I've taken office as Commissioner of Parks, we have not had the EMTs under the Department of Parks and Recreation. We do have a humongous lifeguard staff that can do some basic abilities in life-saving, not all of them. I know they would refer over to EMS, or we would just dial 911 like any other citizen where we could get the best care.
Okay, so what you're saying is that the EMS is no longer going to be protecting the town of Hempstead, that you're going to use lifeguards as first aid attendants?
Just as a point of reference here, traditionally the EMSs were created as a subcategory to assist the lifeguards during the summer, and we're still going to have EMSs assisting our certified and trained lifeguards throughout that jurisdiction. Is that correct, Frank?
Originally, we were set up that way, and we plan on being set up.
And it's reverting back to that. Okay.
So just to clarify, because that doesn't make a whole lot of sense, you can't have EMS on the beaches if you're not an EMS agency.
No, we have the aides. They'll be on the beaches with the lifeguards. That's
They'll be
traditionally
first
how
aid
it was, yeah. And then of course, you have your outstanding local fire departments that can provide services as well.
Okay, because there's a big difference between a first aid attendant and an EMT. And if all of your lifeguards are first aid attendants, because they need to be, why are we hiring additional
Frankie, I got it.
first aid attendants to sit next to a lifeguard who is a first aid.
They're there to assist. That's traditionally how it was done down there. It was a great program. They've done a great job, and our lifeguards are doing a tremendous job. They haven't had a fatality on those beaches in decades, and we're going to keep it that way. And, of course, it's safeguarding the personnel.
Yeah, it's been since 2009 since you've had EMS on the beach. So this is going back 15 years that you're bringing the level of service down to. So I'm a little concerned, A, that we're hiring people that are useless because
We don't hire people that are useless.
Well, if the lifeguards are first aid attendants, I don't need
Our lifeguards and our attendants are far, far from useless individuals, and I will stand up for these hardworking men and women. Well, that's the reference you just made, but like I said to you, it's reverting back to what it was created as, to assist the lifeguards down there, and we'll have that program running down there with the lifeguards in conjunction with it.
You're going back to what it was in 2008, and you're using first aid attendants who have no more knowledge or ability than your lifeguards. So is it not a redundant of service to have a first aid attendant
We don't think so.
a lifeguard?
We don't
what do the
think so.
first aid attendants do that the lifeguards can't do?
Lifeguards are a little more focused on the beaches. The aides are there to assist.
It seems like there was a significant reduction of service without any input from the community, as well as any notice to the community. Like, nobody was told that this was going to happen or have anything. My last concern is the large events that the town has, and you guys did a wonderful job having these fireworks and concerts and stuff, but I do know that there's a certain level of medical professionals that need to be at these very well-attended events. What are the plans that the town has? Are they going to have these events? And if they are, where are they getting these medical
We're still going to have them, and we'll reach out to our local fire departments as we always have.
The local fire departments are volunteers. They're not obligated. You used to have paid staff, so would you go to a private agency if the local fire departments cannot?
We'll address it when it comes to it, but I've answered the question. I said we'd reach out to our first responders who work with us all the time here in the town of Hempstead. We're very fortunate to have top-notch first responders throughout the town of Hempstead, from Point Lookout to Levittown to Elmont and in between, and they're always working with us and providing services.
Yeah, and they're very short staffed. So it's a little disconcerting that we went from an ALS, advanced life support, to nothing on the beach.
Once again, we're not going to nothing on the beach. That isn't a fair representation. I stand by our lifeguards, our aides that do a tremendous job on the beaches, our bay constables. So for you to make a reference that they do nothing is, inappropriate and frankly not true.
No, I'm not saying the lifeguards and bay constables don't do anything.
Okay, thank you very much. Next, I'm going to call Pearl Jacobs. Hi, Ms. Jacobs, if you can name and address for the record.
Pearl Jacobs, Uniondale. First, I would like to ask, I have not received this public forum notification for January 18th. I did not receive this. Maybe you took me off of the postcard mailing list, but I received everything else you send out.
Ms. Jacobs, most respectfully, that was under my purview, and we mailed it out to everybody. If you didn't get it, I apologize. I'm glad you got a copy of it.
No, this is not my copy. Somebody from another board.
I want to take it up with the post office.
Yeah, you might want to go down to the postmaster and lodge a complaint.
Listen, I get all of my mail. I get all of your mailings.
Okay.
And my mailman is very.
Well, Ms. Jacobs, I just want to let you know.
I just want to let you know.
Well, I'm just going to let you know. I don't hand deliver it to your house, but the post office do a good job. But you might want to bring it up with the postmaster.
I'm just informing you. So the Say No to the Casino group would like the opportunity to present at the Town of Hempstead Public Forum on January 18th. And we are requesting, as a group, 20 minutes to speak.
Most respectfully, we're going to follow our town board.
Can you stop? Well, he's answering me, so can you stop my clock, please? While being
Most respectfully, Ms. Jacobs, with regard to something that was very, very important to the town, redistricting, we followed the town board rules, which was 3 minutes, and we're going to follow that there. We expect to have hundreds of people, and if there's any indication like it was at the county, we want to give everybody the opportunity to speak. And 3 minutes is what we do at the town board, and 3 minutes is what we'll do there.
Okay, so are you going to give the Sands 3 minutes? Are you going to give the Union 3 minutes? Are you going to give the special interest 3 minutes? Only the residents get 3 minutes? Stop the clock. He's going to answer my question.
No, Ms. Jacobs, please don't direct people what to do.
Because you keep running my time, and that's unfair. I only have 3 minutes. Please stop the clock while he answers my question.
Ms. Jacobs, once again, you don't get to dictate the times here. I think the town attorney.
You're being unfair.
Ms. Jacobs, I apologize, Supervisor, for interrupting.
Yeah, that's right, John.
Ms. Jacobs, the Sands will absolutely have all the time they want to present their application for the town board's review. With regard to the union, if a union representative appears, he's no different than anyone else. He'll be entitled to 3 minutes and just 3 minutes.
So if you don't allow us to speak, this is a suppression of residents' voices in favor of special interests. And given the fact that the county violated our open meetings and secret laws, we expect that the town of Hempstead would do better and conduct fair and inclusive forums. And another question is, will residents be allowed to speak at both sessions, the 10:30 a.m. and the 6 p.m., if we choose to attend both sessions?
As with the town board, with regard to its budget session, you get 3 minutes. You can either do it in the morning or you can do it in the evening.
So you will not be able to speak at both sessions?
That is correct.
Okay, so you're not being fair, okay? This is unfair because I'm sure the Sands is going to get as much time as they need. I'm sure special interest groups are going to get as much time as they need. The unions are going to get as much time as they need. But the residents who will be affected by this will not get the time that they deserve. That is unfair and discriminatory. So the proposed casino at Nassau Coliseum would be among the largest in the world, 1.5 the size of Roosevelt Field, projected 23,000 visitors a day. It will create a traffic nightmare. Home values near the casinos, they normally decrease by 10%, okay, according to the National Association of Realtors. And our local businesses and our restaurants will be impacted by gambling losses drained from our local economy, projected $2 billion plus. And this casino will cause environmental damage to communities that are already disproportionately affected by environmental issues. The New York State Department of Environmental Conservation has identified Uniondale, Roosevelt, Hempstead, and Newcastle as minority communities in Nassau County that has been disproportionately affected by air pollution. And the asthma rate in Uniondale currently among our youth, infants to 17 years old, is at 17%. So I don't see how this casino, issues that you cannot mitigate, would help our environment. It will only harm them and cause more respiratory illnesses.
Thank you, Ms. Jacobs. Next, I have Patty Harris. Happy New Year. If you give your name and address to the record, thank you.
Happy New Year's to you and the board. I would like to say my name is Patty Harris. I live in Uniondale. I just have a quick question. When we are to be represented by our senior councilwoman, are we supposed to say deputy supervisor? Is the deputy supervisor is the one who's representing all of her district, or is it the senior councilwoman representing her district? Because I'm trying to see, because last night I was glad to see that she finally came to a meeting in Uniondale, and I was just wondering, because she was correcting us, saying deputy supervisor. So could you tell us what is the proper way so we don't insult her?
Ms. Harris, you have your three minutes opportunity to speak. You can direct or any one of us the way you feel that you think it's appropriate.
Time is running while you're answering.
Okay.
What?
You have your 3 minutes.
Excuse me?
You have 3 minutes to speak. We're listening to you.
I thought you was going to answer.
No, I'm listening to you.
Okay, you can listen to this. My Jesus say, we need somebody to represent us. I say this because the town is only looking out for themselves. And it's sad that they do this, because where do we try to help our lives be a You know, it's sad that people vote people in. And they get in here and they sit in these seats for years and they just can't progress to let it go. I hope when it's time for you to decide, I'm not talking to all of you, when it's time for you to pass the torch, please do. Please do. Just don't sit there and just mess up everything for everybody else. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Harris. I appreciate it. Next, I have Lynn Krug. Good morning. Happy New Year. If you give your name and address for the record.
Yes, good morning. My name is Lynn Krug, Garden City, New York, 2 Weidler Court. I'm sure everyone in this group has, well, not everyone, because I know people who haven't. We received this flyer from the town of Hempstead. It was delivered by my post office in Garden City, 11530. Despite this mailing we received about the public hearing on January 18th claiming transparency, the words casino and sands do not appear. Transparency in government is defined as government's obligation to share the information with citizens that is needed to make informed decisions. By omitting the most important details about the hearings, this notice fails the test. Then we noticed a flyer that was posted on Facebook, Stand with the Sands. There was a drawing of the proposed casino, and we found out that it was issued by the Suffolk County Alliance of Chambers. It's a bulletin. They had no problems explicitly using the sands and casino to encourage special interests from outside our town and county to attend this hearing. I'm sure that the Construction and Trade Council had no problem saying sands and casino and letting their members know where and when to show up. As we all know, this was an abomination when we went to the original hearings. Our people who come to these meetings are taking their own time. A lot of these union guys get paid to show up. And it's really disingenuous that they don't live in Nassau County and they are not going to feel the effects of this massive casino if it goes through. It doesn't take a genius to see where this is headed. We're going to see a room full of all these people crowding us out. At the same time, you're going forward with this environmental review despite the state Supreme Court ruling and despite the appeals court withdrawing their stay based on a letter from a Sands lawyer claiming they have the lease by assignment. Did they make any challenge to this claim? Is there no burden of proof on the part of the Sands to support such a claim that overrides 2 court rulings? Though they attempted to rush the process, the county went through a process to approve a lease transfer. Why would they have done so if the lease could simply have been assigned? I urge you to postpone these public hearings until the lease transfer matter is legally settled and to ensure that all future notices are forthcoming and truly transparent. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Next, I have Wilhelmina Thunderberg. You have to sign that. How you doing? Happy New Year. If you give your name and address for the record.
Good morning and Happy New Year to the board. My name is Wilhelmina Thunderberg. I reside at 156 East Clinton Avenue in Roosevelt. First of all, I'd like to thank the gentlemen who came out and took care of a sign problem that we had on East Clinton. I would like to know what is the status for the empty lot that's on the corner of Nassau Road and East Clinton, because the last time I heard they were going to build a complex there. Now they have cars parked on there, and I stopped the other day to ask them why were those cars there, and they were showing them to people, looking at them. So if Councilwoman Goosey could please tell me what is the status of that property on the corner of Nassau Road and East Clinton?
I know I have the Commissioner of Economic Development. If you'd like to meet with her after and talk about the property after, he'll make himself available to you right after the meeting in the back room.
Okay, I have a couple more things to ask, and maybe I can meet with everybody at one time.
Okay.
There's a problem with parking. As you know, East Clinton from Nassau Road down to the end is very, very busy, and cars are parked on both sides. So it's like it's a one-way street. At the end of that block, you have the Roosevelt High School, you have the Roosevelt Middle School, and you have the Hempstead Sanitation Department. There need to be something adjusted, and I have a suggestion that can take care of that. Also, at 22 Cottage in Roosevelt, someone really needs to go out there and look at that because it has become a junkyard. So those are my issues.
Okay.
If someone can help me with.
Yeah, absolutely. Why don't we have you go to the back room, and I'll have you talk to not only Commissioner Rodkamp, but Commissioner of the Building Department will be back there and get the address so we could send somebody down and take a look at it for you.
Okay, in the back room?
Yeah, in the back room. Right back there.
Okay.
All right?
Thank you very much.
No problem. Next, I have James Jacob. Morning again. Name and address. Thank you.
Morning, Supervisor Cleveland, James B. Jacobs, Uniondale, 568 Ashcourt. Just want to need some points of clarification. What happened is that when a person comes to the town that's presenting things to the town, what is the procedure for them to make a presentation here? Because that's the confusion. That is the confusion that we have right now. Also, when you look at the flyer, the reason Ms. Harris asked that question, I respectfully understand she's deputy supervisor, but on a notification they has her as a council person. Also, when they have the special meeting at the Marriott in Uniondale, would it, at my humble request and system my own edification, as the union members speak, whoever speaks that, let them also get the town and address where they live at and let it be on the public record. Because I truly believe in my heart that there's going to be a lot of outside entities coming there speaking for Uniondale that don't live in Uniondale, don't care about Uniondale, and as long as it's not in their backyard, they don't really care. So I'm hoping for a point of clarification, because I understand what the lawyer stated, that there is a procedure for the town, and we just want to be informed how you get to be able to speak in front of the town to present your point of view or different point of view to the town. So if somebody could be humble enough to explain that to me or us citizens as shareholders and stakeholders, I really would appreciate that.
Okay, thanks, Mr. Jacobs. Anything else?
I know, Ms. Clement. I know I'm taking up your time, but just...
You're not taking up my time, Mr.
But
Jacobs.
it's my 3 minutes. I
Okay.
can do what I want to say, okay, sir? Because I give you the respect.
No one shut the mic off, Mr. Jacobs.
What?
Nobody shut the mic off.
I appreciate that, because I don't know whether I'm speaking or not, it's going to be running anyway, because you don't really follow Robert Rules of Parliamentary procedure that when somebody stops speaking, you're supposed to stop the clock. But that's okay. It's all good. But I'm just hoping that when you do have the meeting at the Marriott, that you, as you request people to give the town and the address and their name, that they do it for all the union leaders and whoever organization they represent. Because I truly believe there's going to be a lot of people outside of Hamlet, Uniondale, Town of Hempstead speaking for Uniondale, and I don't think that's fair and equitable to the people that live here. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay. Next, I have Leah Mays. Leah Mays? Good morning, Happy New Year. If you could just give your name and address for the record. Thank you.
Morning, Councilman, Councilwoman, Supervisor. My name is Lee A. Mays. I'm retired from the town of Hempstead, 38 years, and I'm here for a problem. I am homeless, and I'm asking for senior citizen establishment, please. You know, I'm willing to take care of my responsibility. I've made mistakes in my life. I'm 72 years old. I'm a diabetic. I just had a heart operation, and I'm homeless, and I need help. I'm not saying this for nobody to feel sorry for me. I'm saying this because I need help. I need God help. I need you all help. I need my help, and I could take care of all of my responsibilities. But right now I'm homeless, and I don't want to die out here in these streets.
Maybe if you go to the back, we'll get you in contact with one of the county agencies to give you assistance. Okay.
We're back in the back.
If you go right to the back of the room, you'll see in the back area there, I'll have somebody go out there, give you a little assistance, and we'll get you in contact with Nassau County and see if they can provide you with the services that you really deserve and need, okay?
Thank you, sir.
No problem at all. Thank you. Thank you, Miss. Next, I have Michelle Oder. Happy New Year for your name and address for the record.
Yes, hi, Happy New Year. Michelle Oder, 757 Bixby Drive, Baldwin. I would like some clarification. I've been trying to get clarification for weeks already. I have called literally every department in the town of Hempstead, town clerk, town attorney. I have left multiple messages at your office, Donald Clavin, and I have never received one response back. I would like some clarification about when developers are presenting to the board to put up, whether it's I'm going to use Baldwin, whether it's to put up a 24-hour gas station on Grand Avenue in Atlantic, or to put up an apartment building off of Grand Avenue and Sunrise Highway. When they have to put up the public notices, when I read on your website, it says that they have to put up the public notice and notify residents via certified mail with no less than 21 days, but no more than 28 days before the public hearing. And then when the developers stand up here and residents continually complain, and I have come to every meeting for several months, complain that they did not receive proper notification and that the public notices did not go up, they stand up here and say that they sent it out in the requisite 10 days. So could somebody please clarify to me what the required time frame is? And I was also informed by the town attorney's office that when they have presented once, if they're going to have to present to the board a second or a third time, that they are not required to send out public notification, which I find appalling, since many of us may have our property line sharing with the developer. What do you mean I'm not entitled to be notified? What if I need to come here with my attorney and I need to have time to get myself ready? What do you mean they don't have to provide public
If I might,
notice?
Mr. Supervisor, there are specific rules, not
Stop the
just
clock while you're responding, please. Thank you.
not just to the town of Hempstead, but throughout the state. All municipalities have to abide by those notice requirements, and it has to be with at least 10 days' notice. And depending upon where you live, you will either get notice by regular mail or by certified mail. There's a certain radius. With regard to your question with regard to if a hearing is heard again, if a hearing is not closed and it is adjourned to a specific date, and in some instances that occurs, we'll have a hearing today, and then we'll say we're going to come back on February 15th to do it again. In that instance, the applicant does not have to notify you. If, in fact, the hearing is adjourned without a date, then in that circumstance, you'd have to be given notice, written notice again.
So if at a public meeting, if the residents of a particular town had a lot of concerns and they were maybe not addressed properly, is it possible for the board to give them approval to go ahead with their project without another town board hearing?
There's no requirement once a hearing is closed as to what the board can or can't do. Once the hearing is closed, they make a decision. Sometimes it takes a month, sometimes it takes a year. What I can tell you is that during the time frame where the public hearing is open, the town gets a lot of written notifications, written information, sometimes by email, sometimes by letter, from various people who have interest in the project, and all of those things are considered.
So how would I know if the hearing is closed or not closed on a particular property?
Oh, the town board is very specific. They vote specifically after the hearing to either hold the hearing open or to close the hearing.
But where is that published that I'd be able to see it, since I share a property line with the developer of concern?
Well, it's published in the minutes in the transcript, and quite frankly, if you were concerned after that, you could contact the building department to see, or the clerk's office to see if the hearing was closed or not.
contact the building department. I've been contacting every single department for the last 3 months to get answers. The only thing I ever hear is, I don't know. I don't really know. I don't know the answer to
Well,
Blows my mind
you
how many
mentioned the
people
town
will go.
attorney's office. By all means, call me, leave me a message. If you have any questions, I'll address them.
Is there some way that someone could address my concerns in private about a particular project?
We'll have a discussion
Possibly
if you
getting-
like after the meeting, absolutely.
Okay, very good. Thank you.
Okay, next of Ms. Meriday.
Right, thanks, Rich.
Ms. Meriday, your opportunity to be heard. Okay, thank you, Ms. Meriday. Thank you so much. I know. Yes, Happy New Year, Ms. Meriday. Your name and address. Thank you so much.
Somebody will start the doggone clock then.
Ms. Meriday,
All right,
thank you so much.
I'm up here, so let's start the clock, okay? You already got me irritated because I'm standing back here and I'm again launching my issue with standing in the back of a room. It's disrespectful to a person of color, and I would think the person with the 3 titles who's barely representing their district would be the first one to say something about this to change this dynamic, because we don't need to be standing back here anymore. So, let me restart, and if I'm going to have my conversation while I'm on hold to try to address that gentleman, that citizen who worked in this township, and you just told him to go in the back to talk to somebody about possibly talking to somebody in Nassau County? Highly disrespectful. And he's somebody that's important to me. Yes.
It's okay. I know Ms. Meriday likes to have theatrics and she doesn't want to fairly represent the gentleman we're assisting. But Ms. Meriday, you know what? I understand. Thank you for your service to our country. Thank you.
Normally, I wouldn't say anything, but on 3 different occasions, I have worked with this man, and everything that he needed was sent to the county. The county is the one who would take care of that. They would not do it. There's a reason for it. So now, if you want to go and get into what really happened, why don't you go to the county and ask them what happened? We cannot do that here. We don't have the process for that.
Then say that. That's
Ms.
all you have to do.
Ms. Meriday, you have your 3 minutes, please.
I'm gone. I don't want to hear it.
All right, well, step out. You know, that's how your residents feel. And anybody wants to try to put me out, go for it. But for me to say that it's disrespectful to be standing back here and somebody's going to have an issue with that, with the challenges that are already impacting people of color, go for it. Go for it, okay? Because I was going to come up here, first of all, I want to give my respect in regards to those who do serve this township, including public safety, buildings, code enforcement, as well as veteran services. But yes, I take issue if somebody in my community is going to stand here and say they are homeless and everybody just sits there. So if there was
Ms.
an
Meriday,
issue,
I'm going to
I
interrupt
can
you.
finish,
Ms. Meriday,
but you're on
Ms.
my
Meriday,
time
hold
now.
it. You can stop the clock. This is how disingenuous you truly are, and I mean this
Really?
sincerely. Yes.
How is
You know,
that?
you know that the counsel to the town board is actually personally texting me in the back saying he's driving this gentleman to the county emergency housing department, and you make a representation that nobody cares and nobody does anything. Well, I'm going to tell you something right now, and you can have your 3 minutes back. That's the stuff that I just think is really troubling, that you just make an innuendo that nobody here cares. When I look around this place and I look at all the people that do care, that are actually doing things, and you come up here and you just insult them, and it's wrong. And I'm going to be honest with you. I had to interrupt you because I'm so personally offended by that you would make that remark when this gentleman's doing the right thing. When Tommy Alfano walks out there with him because he's a caring, compassionate guy. He used to be the assemblyman. You know what? He's doing exactly what we all do in the town of Hempstead. The best job we do, they care, they're good people. So you know what? I did interrupt you because you were making such a false representation. You were making such an innuendo that wasn't true. I have to set the record straight. I'm honored to work with these people because they all care. They all care about every resident in this township. So on behalf of myself, I say thank you to all of you that are here, all these employees. Have your 3 minutes.
Okay, can I have my 3 minutes back?
No, you get 56 seconds.
I was told on the record I would get my 3 minutes back.
I
You
run
just said it.
While the supervisor may run the meeting, I set the rules, and based upon
Really?
what's transpired today.
Really? I thought the New York State open meetings law set the rules. So again, now the truth is coming out as to who really runs this.
We run it
So the fact that somebody is actually doing something for that gentleman, fine. But I can make statements all that I want to based upon what I see. And I will continue to do that. And I will continue to say standing in the back of this room is disrespectful. And I have a right to say that as well. If you're helping that gentleman, fine. Let's help all the other residents that are suffering and facing eviction while you all stand around here and support a casino effort that's going to be even more detrimental to residents and those who live in that area.
Okay, thank you, Ms.
I know
Meredith.
my
We
time is
appreciate
up.
it. No, you know, your time is definitely up. We're going to turn the mic off, and please, thank you very much. We have so many residents. Thank you, Ms. Meredith. We appreciate it. Monica, Kylie, please, it's your opportunity. Thank you so much. Good morning, name and address, and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to everybody here. My name's Monica Kiley, and I live in Garden City. Recently, the New York State Supreme Court Justice Kapoor found that Nassau County was guilty of 2 offenses in the illegal lease transfer last May for the Coliseum lease. The one offense was segmentation, which is the effort to split the larger casino development effort into tiny pieces and therefore push the tiny pieces through without an environmental review. They were found guilty of that. And they were also found guilty of the failure to provide adequate public notice so that the public could attend meetings. And that included not using keywords like Sands, Coliseum, casino, things like that. So I would hope that town of Hempstead would have maybe taken a page from that and been a little clearer in their postcard, but that's not what I got up here to talk about. The fact that we are continuing with environmental review surprises me because the justice's ruling meant that the lease transfer had to be unwound. I'm not an attorney, so I might have my facts wrong, and I welcome a correction if I'm wrong, but the transfer of the piece of the property, the Coliseum itself, from Mastroianni to the Sands was an instruction in the big lease transfer. So if the big lease transfer is being unwound, wouldn't instructions underneath that umbrella also need to be unwound? And did anyone check with the court? You have 2 letters from Sands attorneys, and your special counsel was quoted saying that we have the assurances from the Sands. That's like an insurance from the fox that he's watching the hen house. Did anyone think about maybe going back to the court and seeing if, in fact, they are the legit tenants of the Coliseum?
We're not a party to that action, so we wouldn't have the authority to go back to the court with regard to that.
So they say they have the lease, and you say, okay, cool, we'll start the hearings.
They made a legal argument to us. We have the approval of the owner to go forward. Like any other applicant, we're treating them like any other applicant, and we're proceeding with the hearing. No decision will be made on the 18th, I can assure you.
Okay, I did a Google search of your special counsel tasked with overseeing the town's interest in a complicated lease transaction. Is he a criminal attorney from Rocky Point?
Ms. Kelly, I can't speak to the council, but you know what? You can feel free to come to the public hearing on that date. We appreciate it, and you can always submit anything else to us. We read it. I don't have any other slips from anybody else, anybody who had not been heard that did not sign in. If not, everybody have a great day. Happy New Year to everybody. Thank you all.